Welcome to Ear Hustle TV. Ear Hustle TV is presented to you by Bad and Bougie Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Nikki, the CEO. I also have my beautiful host, my beautiful co-host, Dr. Kanisha Gaskin. I'm sorry about my voice. We have musician and artist, our special guest, Elo the Great. My voice is gone today, everybody, because we had a Trapping in Texas weekend presented to you by Bad and Bougie Entertainment. And I want to thank all of the artists that came out. And I also want to thank Exotic Pop. I also want to thank Exotic Pop for the equipment they gave us, to the display cups, the Exotic Pop team. Lil Hawk came out, he did his thing. The Exotic Pop team came out, Charleston and Keelan, they came out and they Exotic Pop just really did that thing. I want to shout out to Lil Flip. What they wanted, which was Friday, started out with Young Nook, Clover G Young Nook, which he started out trapping in Texas. Friday was amazing. I don't have his album with me. Day two was Pillar Bankroll. Day two was also awesome. And then we also, I want to shout out to Text, the Popcorn Company, Text Us. Bad and Bougie Entertainment will also have my own popcorn. Just look going on. We had sold a lot of Little Flips popcorn, a lot of Little Flips drink, the green apple cool cup drink. Also sold the Big Hawk. So we had a whole lot of fun at Trapping in Texas. We had artists from Louisiana, Clover G, which was also Cashing Out Entertainment. I want to advertise his new shirt, his new drink water and mind yours. And this is Cashing Out Entertainment. For those of you that can see, I just want to shout out to a lot of people. Also, we have Kirk from Exotic Pop. We also have his shirt. Shout out to Kirk. And this one is Swangers on my Swangers on my spaceship. So shout out to Kirk with Exotic Pop. I love the shirt. Thank you so much. So let's get into our show with our special guest, Elo the Great. How are you, Elo? How
Hi,
are you?
how you doing? How you doing?
I
I'm doing
can't
well.
complain. I enjoyed your performance on Friday.
Thank you, thank you. I
So
appreciate you inviting me out. By the way,
thank
on
you.
both of those days, it was awesome.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. So, of course, you know me. I'm Miss Nikki, the CEO, and this is Dr. Gaskin. She's also a host on Ear Hustle TV and Boss Women of Houston.
Nice, nice. I know. I've seen both of you. I was just
Oh, okay.
tearing the streets up, man. It's
Okay.
awesome.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you,
So,
thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how you started your journey.
Oh man, it's a long story, but I'll try to cut it down pretty short and lengthy at the same time. But I started out in the background of doing rock, acoustic, alternative music.
mhm,
I grew up singing in choir as I was a kid. Over the years, I've jumped back and forth, in and out of Texas through Tennessee and Nashville. I actually have a few songs about that,
mhm,
and just kind of made my way through music from there and came back home. And eventually, I was in a band in and out, and things didn't really
Yes.
work out, and so I just eventually decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a moment
mhm,
to kind of readdress what I want to do, and actually, I switched complete genres, and
mhm,
I started running 100% since then, and I'm really glad because it's still a part of me,
mhm,
Hmm.
originality, but it's also different.
mhm.
So um, I hope people can catch my lyricism, my wordplay, you know, uh, metaphors and stuff like that. But it's also just bringing content.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of the music that you hear nowadays is similarly the same,
Mhm.
like we were speaking earlier, talking about earlier. But you know, and I still support a lot of the artists out there in Houston now that still rocking it out on the streets. You know,
Mhm.
it's you know, it's all love out there. You know, but at the same time, you know, an individual's got to kind of carve their own path
Right.
in the music. So,
What would you say is different about how your delivery?
oh man, I guess just my cadence,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I have that vocal transformation where I can go from singing to rap. I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of change my cadence and my wordplay and my flow play
Mm-hmm.
on how things are structured within the music that I create. I spend a lot of time in the studio. My wife and I, Kristen, shout out to Kristen. We're actually we're having a baby here pretty soon.
Oh,
So thank you,
congratulations.
thank
Congratulations.
you. Or I'm gonna say about last Friday we're like 15 weeks. So
Okay,
yeah,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
thank you.
Is that your first?
It's my third. It's her second. I got two kids, you know, Zeke and Sophie, you know, and we have her daughter Anna, which like the kids of our world, you know. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, man, I'm a family man. I'm from Brazoria County. You
Mhm.
know, not a lot of people, you know, when they say, "Where you from, man?" I always see you in Houston. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, man, like my love for music's in Houston, everybody else, but I'm from B County, you know, so I got to make that drive to get my face out there, you know, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
fun though, you know,
you right
because
around the corner from me.
oh yeah, I
I'm
could have
in
got it right from
Matagorda
you, man.
County,
Oh yeah, for you in Matagorda.
Bay City.
Oh yeah, there you go. Mexican OT's from Bay City, right? Isn't he? He just got.
He just got signed
I
with
know,
a
man.
3.5 million. Was it 3.5 million
Yeah,
contract?
he's got a good contract, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mexican OT, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
Yeah,
He's
out.
straight from there.
JT, aka the Face,
Used to
too.
be
Them
at my
two.
house when he was little,
Really?
playing with my son.
That's awesome, man. But
O-
yeah, no, the music's been great, you know. So
Okay, so who are some of the artists that may have inspired you, and who are some of the music that may have inspired? I'm sorry about my voice. You know, this trapping in Texas. You know we were
I
lit all
know we're
weekend, so
getting lit
you
all
know how we
weekend. Yeah, I
were.
know.
So, but
That's
who
fun.
are some of the artists that may have inspired you, and who are some of the artists that you've worked with?
Oh man, I work with a couple of local artists. You know, some close friends of mine,
Mhm.
West Hill and all that. We did an album together, a few songs together. But the most recent features that I did was with an artist named Rough Ye out in Atlanta, Georgia,
Mhm.
and he sent me a track. I was like, hey man, I'm open to work, dude. You know, whatever. You know, independent artist. Let's get
Mhm.
together and just grind it out, make some music.
Mhm.
And man, the song's called "Get This Money," dude. It came out great. I was like, whew, I was surprised, and I was, you know, just to be honored to be featured on someone else's track.
Mhm.
Right.
I also work with Bird the Ghost. I don't know if you guys have heard from Bird the Ghost, but Bird the Ghost is pretty well known in Houston. So
Mhm.
he's actually put me on a lot of exposure in the music scene, like by putting me on shows and stuff. So
Mhm.
I want to give a shout out to Bird the Ghost. But yeah, like a lot of my inspiration from growing up in music from the hip hop side was, of course, I got to get down with Biggie, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
Tupac,
Mhm.
you know, I rock with Dipset,
Mhm.
you know, all those
Tupac was
guys,
mine.
you know, Chicago dudes, you know, I mean, I I grew up in, you know, Missouri County where like it's all, you know, just backwoods music, you know,
Mhm.
country music. And so like when you're at my age, you're like, man, where, you know, where can I bring a difference in the taste of my music? And I was like, man,
Mhm.
I'm gonna start listening to this. I'm gonna
Mhm.
start listening to that. And then
Mhm.
like when Eminem started hitting the stage, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
Yeah.
hearing him. And
Yeah.
then Kendrick Lamar came behind him, and then
Mhm.
Logic,
Yeah.
and then J. Cole. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I love music and I love hip hop, but I also value wordplay, lyricism. I
Mhm.
value someone. I mean, people want to freestyle off the top of their head, and that's
Mhm.
great.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But you are an artist if you can take the time to structure it, make
Mhm.
it sound good, and
Mhm.
even if you got like 20,000 songs, you
Mhm.
at least got a few of them that you took your heart and passion and time to make
Mhm.
sound really good. And
We were talking
We
about
were
that,
just speaking with
about
that.
the behind the scenes and what it
Yeah.
takes to actually develop your originality.
yeah, I
Hmm.
man, it's my wife will tell you I'll work, 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and then I'll come home and I'll crank in another 6 to 8 hours at night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly just,
Dedication.
building beats,
Mm-hmm.
listening to it, trying to figure out certain topics, making it different, and all of my songs on my albums that I've released so far have been consistently different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like as in, oh man, I don't like this song. I don't like. It's more like, hey, that song is great. Hey, you can play this in this. You can play this song here. There's a different atmosphere and vibe for it, and that's what I like. That's the originality that I like. It's almost like 96.5. You know what I mean? Like a mix of everything.
Right.
Because you hear R&B, and then you hear like stuff about my kids, the hard stuff that I wrote. Then you hear about stories about me and my homeboys where he caught me, I got caught up in a trap where I was trying to like do a lick for him, and then they were trying to rob me. And I'm like, oh crap, I didn't know all that.
So it's a story and a message.
Yeah, and again, it's there's a lot of artists that do the same thing, and I'm trying to carve my own path.
Right.
And again, like I'm not trying to sound the same as everybody, but if you album back to back, it's like, whoa, that's different. Whoa, that's different. And that's what I appreciate. Like I played a song for my wife that I haven't had a chance to fully play for my kids, but it's called My Heart, and I think I let you listen to
Yes.
it. That one was like,
I sat on the phone. We talked on the phone, and I listened to about 5 songs, and like I was like, each one of the songs, they all had a different story. They all were different, and I loved them. One of the songs gave me chills. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah,
So.
and it's. I know I got a song about arguments over conversations. That's talking about too.
That's a whole topic.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
Well, you brought some of your music with you. If you want to go ahead and introduce your first song and give us a taste of what you do.
Okay. I can actually play. I play the one that I play one that everybody likes. This one's called "I Tried." This is the one that put me on the map with, first off, we got to shout out Mob, South Park Coalition, all these cats and the whole family. If it wasn't for Q Boy, Murder One, and K Reno and all those guys pushing me along the line, I wouldn't be here where I'm at. So, shout out to them, and Q Boy's like, man, that I tried, man. I got to get that song, man. I got to get it.
Yeah, I got to shout out to so many people.
Yeah, you don't know that I'm serious, man. Hello. They look at me and be like, yo, you rap? I really did. Hey, yeah. Man, I tried and now I'm in your psyche. Now you're mad and straight up despite me. I reached my goal, so I checked it off like Nike. I keep it fitted like I'm walking on a tightrope. That new era flow so addicted, they say ELO so dope. And when I write, I make a point, period. To raise the bar, I keep it on top of the line. I stay on my grind, I never bail out. That's why I'm so serious. I had to build a banana back because George got curious. I tried. Man, I tried. Put my stacks up like I'm finna run up. I had a moon face that got him woke like when the sun's up. A goblet or a tin cup, I'm still fucking shit up. This grown-ass man shit got him convulsing like a hiccup. I pour a few shots out for my dogs that passed away. Over the years I made my moves and took my shots like Cassius Clay. Yo, but I don't play though. They try to twist my story like tornadoes. They didn't realize I was packing when I begged them. I tried to tell them my bars were addictive. You'll need a prescription. Hallucinogens are psychedelic. Let me paint you a picture. The Picasso with a mic. Van Gogh when I write. You'd have to use a telescope to see me, cause your boy's out of sight. I'm Leonardo da Vinci when I spit. My flowers got fire power. I'm Super Mario with the shit. I try to tell them both, no worries for all the shit that we've been through. No more eating off of the same plate, daddy switching up the menu. I tried to make him feel worth it. Explain our lives ain't perfect. This is just the beginning. We're only scratching at the surface. Honor and respect is how we treat other people. If you don't get that in return, cross the mountain and stay away from evil. I tried. Oh, I tried. Man, Man, I tried my hardest to stay in my lane, but I can visualize the words pinned to the walls of my brain. Man, I tried to keep it grounded to the earth from a kid, but the struggle of being a father versus finances is real. I'm trying.
You better tell the truth.
I tried. I tried to tell him. I tried. I tried. Whoa, I tried. Oh.
Yeah, so that's my.
Man, that is super powerful. I love it.
Thank you, thank
You
you.
hear me? And I really caught that trying to be a father with and the finances, because
Mhm.
man, that's life.
Yes.
That's life. I caught that.
No more eating off of the same plate.
It
Daddy switching
changed
up
the
Me
menu.
and you,
Yeah.
I say,
Mhm.
okay.
You know,
And you
so-
know the thing about it is, because you know I play on words. I listen to words, and the thing about it is if I would just regularly just see you, I'll be like, that's not him.
Mhm.
That's not him. Do
Yeah.
you get that a lot?
Yeah,
Like
all the
that's
time.
that's not him.
all the time.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally, if I was just matching it, because you're so humble. Oh my God, when you first walked in, that's why I want people to know he's so humble. Because when he first
Thank you.
walked in, he was just like, I'm here, I'm doing it. And normally when you have other people that come in, they all, but you were so humble when you came in. And then I started listening to your music before we even started the show.
Mhm.
And it captivated me then because I'm like, hold on, he could sing too.
Mhm.
And then he bring a lyric with it.
Yeah.
And I just wouldn't, I'm like, that's not him. And then, then I see it. So, yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Very, very,
Yeah.
very powerful. I love it. I love it.
It's the element of surprise.
Yes.
That's it. And that's what we look for.
Yes.
That's what we look for. And that's what captivates the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I got a lot of fast segue in what I'm doing now
Mhm.
because I don't fit the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, excuse my language, but I'm short AF.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm short. So when you see me in that group, I'm the one kind of have to.
You got to.
Too short was short.
But like it's almost like small statures have big voices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I have a lot to say
Yeah.
because I've always been held behind the scenes.
Mhm.
And now that I'm starting to make my way in front of the scenes, I got a lot to say.
That behind the scenes is
And-
coming up.
And
Yes.
this is just like this is literally just at the beginning for me because I'm hoping that I told myself this year 2022
Mhm.
no holds barred.
Okay.
I've already
Yes.
let that leash go.
Yeah.
I quit working 100%. I'm still looking for something, but if that opportunity comes up, I'm gonna run full throttle.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I was telling some close friends of mine, I was like, well, what are you gonna do if you actually make it? Like, I'm gonna live exactly the way I'm living.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stay in the exact same house that I'm at.
We're not gonna
I'm
say
gonna
if, we're
keep-
gonna say when,
When.
because
yeah.
you did an amazing job Friday.
Thank you.
You did an amazing job Friday with the trapping in Texas. So
Appreciate it. Yeah, I've been super busy these past few months. I want to say just April from May to June alone was just like shows back to back.
mm-hmm.
And from the beginning of when I started getting put on, I was like paying my way.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I was like, all right, I'm working. I got money saved. I'm gonna toss it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got word like, hey, Murder One, wants to talk to you. All right, I'm gonna talk to Murder One. Jump in with him. All right, and then start, networking with everybody else and kind of getting to know everybody, and everybody just kind of spreading the love of my music and Slim Minister and V and all them. I got
Shout out
connected
to
with them.
V.
Yeah, shout out to
He
those
did
guys.
V. He did that. He hosted the whole weekend. V.
He rocked it out, man.
By Friday, he was like, "It's time for y'all to go home." It's time to go home.
Matt, I had to give it to V though because I think that weekend before I was performing at the White Cup
convention.
And him and his wife actually showed up to support me. And then in the middle of it, they were like, "We need somebody to host." I was like, "Hey, I kind of get in there a little bit."
Yeah.
He's like, "Elo, we will talk later. You're roping me into this, man." I'm like, "Hey, that's a good thing. Man. It's a good thing, bro. Like, you're helping me out. I'm helping each other,
So what was it like the first time you stepped up on that stage and like, I did this thing?
I want to say like in my rock performance, it was nothing,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But when I went to this genre, I was like, I was nervous. I'm gonna tell you, my wife was like, she's like, you look nervous as hell, and I'm like, I am, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
it's been a while,
Right.
and normally when you're in a group, you're with a group, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
you're sharing that anxiety,
At that
Mm-hmm.
time.
you know,
Mhm.
and so me, I'm just like, I'm here, you know, so I'm just absorbing everything,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and that the mind of preparation and that meditation starts kicking in, and I'm like, shit, I gotta piss, so I'm like, here, so everything starts like moving, and I'm like, all
That's
right, it's about
funny.
time, you know. And then but yeah, it's, you know, like I said, when I did Murder One show, it kind of lifted me to feel like I can do better things, because
Mhm.
it wasn't just him in the house. It was
Mhm.
Klondike Cat, Ronnie Spencer,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the terrorist, Dopey, you know,
Yeah.
Q Boy was in the house, you
Mhm.
know, K Reno and all these guys. I
Yeah.
mean, it was big names, and
Yeah.
at the time I was just like, yo, I'm just Elo the Great. I'm just gonna here to perform, you
Mhm.
know, not a big deal. And it's and to me it is a big deal, but I
Mhm.
don't fan geek
Mhm.
about it, because I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
man. But at the same time, I'm blessed. I'm
Most
blessed that I've met
definitely.
everybody. I mean, not everybody can get a picture with Murder One and K Reno in the same time, in the
Yeah.
same
Okay.
room. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And that right there was like, okay, I like this. You know, this is great because these guys know me. You know, I opened up for K Reno
Mhm.
in April at the
Mhm.
Scout Bar,
Mhm.
and that was awesome too, because after the show, I was like, hey, K Reno, my name's Elo. He's like, oh, yeah, I know you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we all been talking about you. And I was like,
Mhm.
thank you. You know, that's awesome, because I just want my music to be heard by the right people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
That's
Yeah.
important.
and yeah, I still like it when people listen to my music and
Mhm.
give the feedback. You know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's like, you know, if I'm really trying to go somewhere, you know, as an artist, you know, a lot of people like me, like at the beginning, like, oh, you want to pay for this, you
Mhm.
want to pay for this promotion, you want to do that, but then at the end of it all, it's like, that's why a lot of artists get burnt out,
Mhm.
Mhm.
because they can't afford their way to,
Yeah.
or they don't have buddies that are in the game that's going to bless them
Mhm.
Yeah.
in other routes to kind of
Mhm.
keep going, you
Mhm.
know. And my personality, man, you bless me, I'm gonna bless you.
Most
You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely.
if I eat, everybody's gonna eat,
Mhm.
because I you know, I'm maybe from B County, but I'm originally from Pearl, Mississippi.
Mhm.
I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi,
Mhm.
and before that, I was raised in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know, so when you say I came from the mud, I
Mhm.
came from Filipino mud, you know, from
Mhm.
the Philippines and from Mississippi mud, you know. So I've
Mhm.
always been developed in the Southern culture, you know,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and you know, it's just part of the originality in the music where I come from. You know, that's kind of why every song that I create, it's like I strive to make it sound different.
Mhm.
I strive to make it bring in content. And to me, it's like, man, you know, some people are like, I don't really jam, I don't feel it. Hey, that's
Mhm.
great, dude. I like it.
Exactly.
I like it, you
Mhm.
know, and if I like it, someone else may like it, you
Mhm.
know,
Right.
and
Mhm.
Right.
that's just kind of how I see it, you know. So I'm blessed for every person that I've met, especially you
Mhm.
and being invited to Ear Hustle
Mhm.
TV, and you know, and all the people that I've met along the way. It's just, you know, just been a blessing. And like I said, it's I really trying to put all my eggs in a basket,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but when I do, I have a good hunch about it. You know,
Right.
so I
Right.
kind of I still take it one step at a time, because hell, I still don't even know what I'm doing. Everybody's like, how do you get close to 15,000 followers on Instagram? I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't know, bro.
Mhm.
I'm active on,
You be yourself.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just myself, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I just do stuff like, you know, I film. My wife's got videos of me riding bikes in Walmart. You just playing, being a kid, you know,
Yeah.
like,
You be
and that's,
yourself. People
yeah.
like that, believe it
Mhm.
or not.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people lose sight of that, you
Mhm.
know, because either when the money comes in, or you get that contract, or you start seeing big names watching you, your whole personality changes. I've had a lot of
It
people
tries to
tell me,
shift. Mhm.
I've had a lot of people tell me, bro, you're so nice and you're so genuine, but your music's different. I'm
Mhm.
like, you need to kind of like
Yeah. They want you to
show that they
change.
want you to
Yeah.
change. And I'm like, nah, man, because then if I change, then my music
Your
changes,
music
Right.
change, and it's
and
Right.
that's
not
not
who
You're
you
me.
not
are.
being who
Yeah.
you are.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
You know,
So were
Yeah.
you shy
Super
in the
shy.
beginning? Everybody say
Super
that.
Everybody
shy.
say
So
that.
let me
Yeah.
ask this because um, I was that kid. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
But when I was in front of people, it was performance time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So what do you get on that stage and say, okay, this is the another alter ego, or you get on this stage and be like, okay, I was a shy kid, but hey,
That's kind of me. I mean, like I get. It's almost like when you get on a roller coaster,
Mhm.
right? And you're like You know it's about to go down.
Yeah.
But you're there for it. You ain't got nothing else to do. You're there.
Right,
You got to
you can't
deal with it.
leave,
You
you gotta
cannot
be-
leave.
Yeah,
You're
once
committed.
they
They're about to call you up.
yeah, once
And
they
so,
tighten
like,
that up, tighten
You
that
thinking
bar,
about
it's gone.
second guessing?
Yeah.
yeah,
Why did
you
I
know.
get on this ride?
Once they
But-
tighten that bar, it's gone. It's on.
Yeah.
But I love it though, because one, it's a rush of adrenaline, and two, and honestly, I don't care if there's 10 people to 3 people.
I like
I'm
that.
still performing
I
There
like
you
that.
because
go.
I'm gonna
There you
still
go.
rock out.
I
You know
like
what I
it.
mean? Like I don't care. That's just the passion that you have for it. You know, like,
Mhm,
hey,
mhm.
the bartender liked my song.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if one person likes it,
You done it.
you can't say, "Oh, there were 5 people at the show." Yeah, but those 5 people probably had like 500,000 people behind that phone.
Exactly.
Come on here. But let me check
Exactly.
this out. It could be 5 people in a room, but you don't know who
You don't know who's watching.
that
Exactly.
person is, because that person may be the one
Mhm.
Mhm.
who can catapult you over your
Yes.
success. That's why I tell people, don't humble beginnings
Yeah.
brings about exaltation and stuff like that. So if it is one person in that room, that one person may be connected to somebody
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
has all the resources you need to
Yeah.
get you where you need to go.
Mhm.
Because he wanted to meet Flip.
Yeah, I
And
wanted
then
to.
he wanted to meet Flip. I said, okay, you come on Friday. I'll introduce you to Flip. And
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good time.
Mhm.
He did. He had a real good time.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't tell you.
What happened?
I didn't get a chance to meet.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Why not?
Because the way I see it is, if it's my time, it's my time.
Oh
You
my
know?
goodness.
And even though he was there,
Mhm.
here's the best
He
part
gave
about
him
it.
his space.
I gave him his space.
Mhm.
He acknowledged me. He gave me daps. I was filming the live,
Mhm.
so I knew he acknowledged me because
Yeah.
my wife was saying he was seeing us. He
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
us.
yeah.
So that right there is like, it's a subtle presence
Mhm.
of my
Right.
Yeah,
of my
yeah,
presence without
yeah.
saying, "Hey man, hey," like that's how I am. Like if
People
it's that
respect
time,
that.
Yeah, we
Space.
were moving. I
Mhm.
barely got a chance to
Mhm.
see y'all because before I didn't even know until I started seeing footage the other day. I was like, "Dang, what was over there?" It was just like I was just moving.
Yeah.
And Flip was kind of all over the place. I thought you got a chance to meet him, but you did get a chance to dab with him. So
Oh, yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, no, like I
That's-
said, I try to keep it together and keep it humble and be like, look, if when the time comes, the time will
Mhm.
come. That's how I look at it. If we cross paths, it's for a reason.
Well, y'all are most
You know?
definitely cross paths
Mhm.
again, especially with being on the shows and stuff that I put together. Um, um, so because actually we have another show, I think at 5 Central. I Flip booked for October 26th,
Nice.
and then I need to book you. Go ahead and take us into another song. Go ahead
Okay.
and take us into another song.
All right, so this next track I'm gonna play, it's more personal. This one's called My Heart.
Mhm.
This one is off an unreleased album that I'm actually finished. I just haven't dropped it yet, but the
Mhm.
album's called What I'm Thinking.
Here,
So
here.
this is all unreleased right here. So this song's called My Heart.
Every day I wake up, I thank the Lord I'm blessed. Walking in both rooms, my heart fills with love when I see your rest. Get your clothes ready for the day. No worries, cinnamon rolls are in the oven. Bacon and eggs are on the way. Why don't you let daddy help you to get your hair together? I watch you both look into the mirror, laugh at each other as we smile together. I cherish all these moments, I wish they last forever. And I hope you know my bond with you is stronger than leather. I'm in love with all the minutes and hours spent together. Under all of the sunshines and stormy weather. Most of it was spent on trying to keep us shelter as I played doctor to help your boo-boos feel better. I know sometimes you think daddy's not really here, but the way things turned out, I agree they weren't really fair. It's not about the issues that we have between me and your mom. Sometimes love isn't the only thing that holds you strong. My love for you is forever. You can have all of my heart. Our love will keep us together. You can have all of my heart. This There's a few things I wanna say, a few words about a few memories of the good old days. I look through all your snapshots and through your photo albums. Takes me back to when you were both born on those last hours. It takes me back to your first steps and your first flowers. It takes me back to your first words in building block towers. Don't worry, Daddy will always be with you. Even if you're far away, you know Daddy will always miss you. Before we leave each other's sight, let Daddy kiss you and wipe away your tear tracks with soft tissues. Now let Daddy continue. Sophia, my butterfly, Zeke, my star son. Proudest part of my life was the dad I've become one. Even after Daddy's gone, just know I'll be looking down from the sky, sending my love to you from the rain when I cry. But don't be scared when you hear the clap from the thunder. Just know it's Dad from above saying I love you. My love for you is forever. You can have all of my heart. Our love will keep us together. You can have all of my heart.
That's the one I said I think could be like on a soundtrack, a movie soundtrack. I could see that being on a movie soundtrack.
The one that captivated me is if heavens forbid something was to happen, that little part about when it rains and the thunderstorm is comforting, because now if your children hear that, they're gonna say, "Oh, that's just my dad saying I love you."
Yes,
And the rain, I'm going outside because I'm catching my dad tears.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like that was
yes,
pretty deep.
yes.
I don't know if that's how you what it was felt,
Yeah.
but that's what I catch. And those little storytelling is relatable for people, because you know how you're not there, but I'm gonna comfort my babe while I'm gone. They're gonna
I'm
be
still
like,
living
"Hey,
in presence.
I'm still right there."
I'm still gonna love you no matter what.
That music is timeless. I just wanted to let you know that song is timeless. It would never expire.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
It would never expire.
The other one that I like too, and I know you have your own, the one that I call the male anthem for ungrateful women.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I play that one.
Yeah, I call it.
Yeah.
I call it the male anthem for ungrateful women. I don't know the name of it, but that's just what I called it.
So the song's called "My Demons," and this one is more just me singing. It's still got the R&B type, but I'm like, man, I'm just gonna sing on this one. I had to bring it out, and it's actually, it's one of those songs where it's like, hey, you did everything, like as a man, right? You did everything that you could to try to make things better, and regardless of what you did, it wasn't appreciated.
Yes.
Now, okay, you
so
finna
now,
get the men.
So now all the crap you did to me,
yeah,
I'm about to bring out the demons, so you can't get mad.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
I tried.
I tried, man.
But
yeah, and after he played it, I was like, hey, that's the male anthem for ungrateful women,
We ride in the car having people look
I
at
just said that's the same thing
like
I said. That's the same thing I said. Yes.
Really?
Look, there she go.
Yes.
Hey, but then we'll back it up with "Let Me Holla at You," because that one I got my wife on it too. That's a club song right there.
Okay.
Turn up on that song.
Okay. Well, let's hear Demons and then back it up.
To play night, so I really need you to stay the night. All my demons came out to play night, so I need you.
You wanna keep playing games after all the things we did together. Now you're gone, and I know why. You changed your mind. You believed others gave you more love than me. You fucking bitch. I can't believe you, man. You waste all of my time on shit you pull. Man, I'm not a fool. You pretend it never happened. That's when I had to take action, because I just wanted you to know
So I need you to stay
I've been ready to let go from all the pain that you rained on me, and now it's time for you to see all my demons, all my demons, girl. And I have my reasons to let loose these demons. So don't pretend to say you're sorry after all the things you said to me behind closed doors. I'm gonna need you to keep the same energy you had when you were sneaking around my back.
Ungrateful self.
Take it no more. I thought I needed you so bad. I came back for more. This time I'm the one who's leaving because I just wanted you to know I've been ready to let go from all the pain that you rained on me, and now it's time for you to see all my demons.
That
All
hook.
my demons, girl. And I have my reasons to let loose these demons. No, I just wanted you to know that I've been ready to let go from all the pain you rained on me, and now it's time for you to see all my demons. All my demons, girl. And I have my reason to let loose these demons. No.
Hey, so I'm not the best at singing, but I know how to sing in my way. So,
But
hey,
you
I
know
love
what's
it. That's how I
crazy?
like it.
I when people I've been in studios, so I know. Well, I guess this is different. When people sing, they don't always sound
Like
The
the
same.
the
song, the
same.
singer.
Yeah.
Right.
And he actually, just like when Garfield came on and Cliche came on, and they
gave us
actually sound like they actually sound. So
Mhm.
they don't need auto tunes and
Yeah.
all of that. And I'm just sitting here just like, look,
And
don't
then
want
when
the
he
song.
finally, I wanted him to sing loud. Okay,
Yeah,
God
yeah,
heard me.
yeah.
Okay, then he started singing loud. I'm like,
I can
Yes.
sing louder than that. It's just
Yeah.
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 So it's like I said, I've been in the studio and you hear the music before they add the music to it, but like
You sound
Cliche
exactly.
and,
Thank
and, and Garfield Bright, and I mean, you just did your thing right there. I wasn't gonna even stop you. I'm like,
I purchased. Look,
I
we
was like, I
both
was
was
in
like,
the crowd,
did you
kid.
see when we like?
yeah, we like this. We're like, okay.
Because you know we criticize.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, he sound exactly like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's my goal. Like when I go perform,
Mhm.
I've had a lot of people, man, hey, you need to perform without your vocals. I'm like, I don't. They're like, oh shit. Okay, then that's good because it
Mhm.
sounds exactly what you're
Sounds
listening to.
exactly,
Right.
yeah.
So I perform with no vocals, and I took that as a hard lesson from K Reno. Was like, look, if you want to be a true artist,
Mhm.
you want to show your real lyricism,
Mhm.
spit it.
Yes.
Spit it without your vocals.
Because you never know when you're going to be placed on the spot.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's why I like it, because I got a show mix like tonight. I'm gonna go perform or like around 8 over at shout out to New Wave Click because they invited me to go perform for this event called Everybody versus or Houston versus Everybody tour.
Okay.
And so me, I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for it, but then I got invited to it, so it's like a 2-song competition.
Mhm.
Which I think maybe on the third one, but hey, like I treated it like a Hustle Town Network when they invited me to come out and do the Straight Out of Texas competition. I went and performed, gave it my best, and I didn't care because I was just there to have fun.
Yeah.
I told everybody on the mic, I was
That's
like,
the
look,
most important
I
thing.
said,
Yeah.
look, everybody here, you're all winners in my book.
Oh,
I ain't trying to
yeah.
be clean, like
You
that,
know.
but
And
you're
you
all
know
winners.
the thing is it's important to do what you love, because sometimes that can turn into a task if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to do what you love and to still have fun with it,
Mhm.
that's the most important thing.
I think people take it too serious though.
Yeah,
You know,
Mhm.
yeah.
nowadays they're in the studio all the time. They want to make their music sound great. They want to make the numbers, but they get too developed in like, hey, there's other stuff outside of
Mhm.
just this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when I go perform, some people are just they go perform and they dip.
Mhm.
I perform and I
Yeah.
stay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I
You get
noticed
the
that
artists.
too.
They come in. Yeah. They
To hear
come
who they want to hear, and
and
then
then
they
they
leave.
leave.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that to me, it's like that really shows
You're
no
not showing support for the other artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're here because your friend you invited your friends. You know, they bought most of your tickets to the show,
Mhm.
and then you
Mhm.
go do a great performance. But
Mhm.
half of the people in the club turning up is the people you brought,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then by the time you're done, they're gone,
Mhm.
and then no one else can
To
can
see
reap
the
can
other
reap the
talent. Yeah.
rewards, you
Right,
Yeah.
know,
right.
of getting that same
Mhm.
credibility, you know, and it's
Mhm.
like it's competition.
Mhm.
And that's how it mostly is. You got to have an entourage of people just to get your name out there.
Yeah.
And me, you see, I don't have an entourage.
Mhm.
I'll bring a couple of friends or I'll bring my wife, but other than that, I don't have like 10, 11 people. I
Mhm.
barely even have 4 people around me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so that's what makes me feel so independent in what I
Yeah.
do is I don't have people telling me left and right, do this, do that, because I could do it on my own.
And
You
the
know?
good part about you not having an entourage is they were still loving the music.
Yeah.
The crowd was still loving the music.
Yeah. I don't want to have to worry about I got to pay these people to hang out with me.
Mhm.
Because then you're in the wrong business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you
Yeah.
see all these people
That's
go
a
to the club,
repeat
you got
moment.
30 people. Oh man, this big artist is coming in. He's got a huge entourage. But
Mhm.
does he really hang out with those 30 people every day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is getting paid to do something.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
leeches?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are they leeching, trying to come up on some type of way?
Mhm.
Exactly, man.
Mhm.
And so,
That's
you
why a
know,
lot of people get hurt.
to all you
Their
artists out there,
expectations.
know your circle.
Know
Limit
your circle. Limit it and make it smile, almost like a triangle.
You're gonna have
Period.
And you know what? I'm learning that myself to start limiting what I do
Access.
and the access that I give people to me um, because it's people only see, like I said, people only see us when we come on film or something or the finished project. The finished project, they don't see what comes along with planning and trying to stay professional, when you're speaking to other people,
Woo.
so
Because personalities.
yeah,
can make people out of
personalities
character.
clash, and then you have
Mhm.
some people who they feel like they are a little bit bigger than they are once they start performing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, all of the artists are not humble,
Humble.
and so they tend to look at okay, she don't have a lot of followers, so so she must not be. But I'm the type of person that I get phone calls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't need a lot of I don't need a lot of followers because I get phone calls. So
But people need to realize that
yeah,
likes don't
likes don't
equate to success.
likes
Exactly.
and followers don't make
Equate
me
to
because
success.
I get on social media, to advertise, what I'm doing.
Mhm.
But I don't actually need social media to get in touch with the people that I get in touch with.
Right.
A lot of people get in touch with me, and you've seen that for yourself.
Yeah.
So I just let it,
I always tell people,
yeah.
not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But I always tell people, if I lost my phone, somebody gonna be happy.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be very
because
happy
of my resources
Yeah.
that I have in my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
So, it don't equate to who's on there. It could be 2 likes. I'm still, like you said, I'm
Yep.
still gonna give it all because it only take one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because somebody called me today to get in touch with 3 artists to cut for an award. Can you get in touch with these people? I have to get in touch with their manager, but they know that I can go directly to these people, so and that's what I did, so and shout out to the people that did call me that know that they could depend on me to get directly in
Get the
touch with
job
the
done.
yeah, they needed
For
to
real.
get in touch with Lil Hawk H-Town, and Shy. And those were
Mhm.
people that I can get in touch with, or get in touch with somebody that can get in touch with them. Yes. So,
You know,
yeah. So, yes,
I
yes.
had to
So,
whisper. You know,
but I got in touch with them, to make sure that, that they know that they have awards coming up. So it's
Nice.
not about just being, it's not about, okay, somebody like her because she's on social media. Like I say, I actually get phone calls, so this that's just how I handle business. The social media is just a little extra.
Yeah, there's so many
Hmm.
social media warriors out there
Hmm.
too. I put up a clip of one song performance that I did at the White Cup, right? And I don't know if you guys were there, but it's a huge basketball court, right?
Hmm.
So it's a huge front stage you can
Hmm.
perform on, right?
Hmm.
And then in front there's like a little awning, and then all the people are there, right? Well, I had somebody comment, hey man, you should have went to this because there was a lot more people here, and I'm like, look, it didn't matter to me.
Hmm.
I got invited to this.
Yeah.
I showed my love for this, and I even had people show up and show love for me.
Hmm.
He's like, well, there could have been like 1,000 people there. Like, dude, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm worried about the quality of my presence
Yes.
and the quality of what
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I'm very selective on who I perform with, who I
Mhm.
open up with.
Hmm.
I'm not an artist whore where I'm like, yo, this person's opening up. I gotta get on.
I gotta go.
I
You
gotta
gotta
do
go.
this. I gotta do that. I'm just building it up. Like, yeah, there's one thing. It's like having a job,
Hmm.
right? Like being a musician, you got to have good repertoire. You got to have good ethics. And if you don't have good ethics, meaning work history, right?
Mhm.
Like as in
Or
places you've
credibility,
performed.
Yeah.
dependability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me, not like I'm sure you were like, holy
Mhm.
shit, this guy's got an EPK.
Hmm.
I sent her an EPK because not all artists are professional enough to have
Yeah.
a resume
Portfolio.
of
And then when he
their.
realized he forgot something, he sent about, oh, hold up, I forgot to add this
Uh,
on the,
Mhm.
there you go. And so I try to keep it as professional as I display myself. Like, hey,
Mhm.
this is my track sheet. This is my rap sheet right here. Look, I performed at these places. I've left these albums. Here's my links. This is how many streams I've got.
Mhm.
And again, I'm trying to make it to where I have a name for myself, but at
Mhm.
the same time, at the end of the day, I'm not worried about fame. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about money. I'm
Mhm.
just worried about being happy at what I do.
Yeah.
And then
That's
my
all that
kids,
matters.
Mhm.
I took my kids to one of the first shows that we did, not we did, but that I was invited to at the One Club in Spring for
Mhm.
Hustletown Network.
Mhm.
And I was like, dude, is it family friendly? Because I got my kids this weekend. So
Mhm.
that's another thing too.
Mhm.
I get my kids every other week,
Mhm.
so we share with their mom. So I got to juggle that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm full-time dad,
Mhm.
full-time musician and artist,
Mhm.
full-time husband, doing all kinds of crazy stuff,
Mhm.
and still trying to keep things together. So when I
Yeah.
hear people be like, man, I'm so busy, I can't come through. Like, hey man, I am the last person
Mhm.
you want to tell me you're busy.
You're too busy. Yeah.
If I had a skateboarding business called New Way Skateboards for about 5 years and it
Mhm.
ran on its own, and I did all the screen printing and I did all that stuff myself,
Mhm.
and I had all these kids at a young age and blah blah blah, I did all the working full time.
Mhm.
There's no excuse for you to not make the time
Mhm.
for a passion you want to create.
Exactly. If you
People
want it
make the
bad enough,
time for the
book.
things that they want.
And
Exactly.
the things
do.
that is important
Like you
to
love your
them.
kids,
Right.
you make time for your kids.
Mhm.
You love music,
You make
make
time
time for your
for it.
music.
Mhm.
And you're gonna be tired as hell, but at the end of that project,
The
at the end of that
results.
Your
project,
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
You got to remember your why, and you have to make sure your why is
Mhm.
not disturbed with the clutter that
Exactly.
society brings
Mhm.
them. And I commend you, because I'm telling y'all, and I say this with the all sincerity.
Mhm.
Humbleness will always get you where you need to go.
And beyond.
It's the people that want these microwave fame.
Mhm.
They
yeah,
want to get it real quick.
yeah.
And
They
those
can't
are
even
the
sustain
overnight
it.
success people.
But
You
they
got like
can't
10,000
sustain it.
streams, 10,000
Yeah.
streams
Yeah.
on TikTok,
Yeah.
and I
They
can't even
can't
go outside.
sustain it.
Mhm.
They can't
Mhm.
sustain it. And I
Yeah.
always use LeBron James as an example, because he remembered his humble beginnings. He's still with the same woman. He
Mhm.
created businesses. So his success was throughout a duration. When
Mhm.
you look at other athletes that may have trembled and fell because the fame was coming so
Mhm.
so
So
quickly,
fast,
right?
yep.
And they didn't know how to sustain it.
Mhm.
They didn't. And then let me tell you another one. When he said it, that they think they're so big they can't listen to anybody else.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can always improve and
Yeah,
learn.
exactly.
You can always improve and learn.
Always,
and I hear humbleness.
Yeah, always be the student.
Yeah.
And one of my songs is called Jack of All Trades. That's on this album, What I'm Thinking. But that the whole premise of that song is like, you know, everybody knows the same quote of Jack of all trades can be the master of none. But being a Jack of all trades, you're always going to be a master of at least one thing.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if you, as a musician artist, to all those other guys out there, broaden your horizons, open your universe more to different types of music, and just expand. Because once you keep yourself in that box, you're very limited.
You were talking about that on another show, keeping yourself in the box. Well, let's get into the song, the backup song for
Okay.
the backup song for Demons.
Which one was that?
The one with you and your wife on it.
D for me. He told you what? You know something working.
Right.
I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance. I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance. I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance. I'ma do my money dance.
Say, girl, let me holler at you. Fuck me and grab the bands, I'ma throw $1 at you. Hey, hey, mama, let me holler at you. Fuck me and grab the stacks, I'ma throw a couple dollars. Yeah, watch me walk up in the club. We about to pop off all up in this bitch. She wants the cash, shake that ass. You know you the baddest in the club, bitch. Show them niggas how you bouncing with it. Hey, how you working for the cash up? She begging me to come over. She asking me for my cash out. Bitch, I'm balling on a budget. You better swipe that ass over.
I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance. I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance. I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance.
Why you got the
I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance. I'ma do my money dance, do my money dance.
Shorty say, I'm making plans for the bands. Hey, come watch me do my money dance. Bounce that ass, got you dropping the glass. She got too much sass when she walks. You can tell by that ass, thick booty and some white shoes. She makes it twerk. You swear she was watching Footloose. Now I go with a big boots. She so fly, she put the flight rules. Yo. And I'm a booty spank you with a couple of bands of Ben Franklin's. Cause that booty got me wildin' and acting crazy. I would never wife me a stripper, but tonight we're making babies.
Well, you done done that.
That homeboy was like, is this how y'all
You were here because of
It was on that money day.
That's how y'all
Let me holler at you. You're here
Yeah,
because
let
of
me
that,
holler.
son.
Doing a money day.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool little club jam that we got together.
I love it.
I don't know. Did we share how they can get in contact with you?
Oh, we didn't.
Oh yeah, so you guys can go check me out. My music is pretty much everywhere. I mainly stream off of Instagram at Elo the Great. Check me out on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music,
Come on,
Tidal, Napster, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TikTok, Snapchat. I mean, if you open up your phone and whatever icons are on there, that's probably where I'm at. Oh, Bangin' 832 Radio, my music streaming on there. So shout out to them. You guys go check out my music. I got a new project just released, Redline. That one was released on my birthday. It's got close to 115,000 streams on Spotify.
Wow,
okay.
Still going. I got a new album, What I'm Thinking. Some of these songs we're playing on it, so I'm going to drop that pretty soon. And before we leave, I actually got one more track I want to play.
Most
off of
definitely.
a brand new project that I'm working on. But yeah, check me out on Spotify, Facebook, like I said, Twitter. I'm everywhere. I'm omnipresent. So wherever I am.
Woo, that's a big word. Now we use that one.
Okay.
Omnipresent. man.
That's a big word.
Everywhere, man.
That
So,
means
presence everywhere.
you no stone unturned.
That's right.
Okay.
If you feel that whisper on the back of your neck.
It's hey, that whisper. Hey, it's Elo the Great, fresh wind. Who is that? Elo.
First win. It's me.
But nah, I had fun, man. It was awesome. So I appreciate y'all bringing me out. So.
What is
we
the what
appreciate
is the
you.
other song that you want to drop?
So this other one, man. This one is gonna be the new project called the newest chapter. And I've only got one song on it because I'm still building it. But
Okay.
this one's been kind of finished and completed. I'm pretty proud of this. This is called Know My Name. So
Okay.
if anybody didn't recognize me from the last 2 or 3 albums, I'm hoping that this
My name is Elo the Great. You probably know me from skateboarding. I'm slashing out the water. I'm greater than lakes. I don't mess with them snakes when it comes to that cake. I came out from behind the curtains. You can say that I'm Dre. Shadow mob in the place. You better guard your face when it comes to getting the money. I'm eating food off your plate. You better know your place when it comes to playing the game. Cause I'm a wreck shop. I place them all in the cage. These motherfuckers think I'm playing with them. Better keep your arms to yourself. I'm bad for your health. I'm gonna lay you down with them. When it comes to the mic, I'm spitting venom. And I'ma tear them apart like stretched denim. Grabbing the melon and juice them out like sucker free. I'm Huckabee when I'm chucking seeds. I'm popping out with the lemon. Got to catch a case cause I'm feeling aggravated. Mixing shit around, you don't wanna agitate me. I'm a savage when it comes to the cabbage. Green on the top, I gotta have it. When I pull it from the roots, I'm a rabbit. I'm ruthless when I ravage. I'm like Caesar when I ravage. I can cause damage in any sorts of trap. Taking the sharp end of the knife and I'ma stab it. For something about the green, my nigga, I gotta have it. I flip the switch on and I'm rating in, I'm flashing. Co-op in action, I'm not gonna stop bringing the smoke cause it's a habit. Lord, when I spit, bro, my kids hand me chapstick. Cause they know that can strike out of the box just like a matchstick. Call a fire marshal, I'm about to shut this shit down. It's gonna be tragic when I turn up. I'll burn this bitch to the ground. Some of you still don't take me serious of my rhyming. Treat them like Harvey Dent when I flip them, they two time. And even if they still acting shady, I'm still shining. I help pull them out from the bottom of the barrel, they still whining. I really stopped caring because all of you Karens, all they talking and blaring, got you off of your bearing. I got tired of daring. I'm no longer comparing the type of shit I was selling when I swiped them out from your dwelling. I'm Mr. Nobody, good golly, good golly, good golly, because he know how to karate. Mr. Too Fast in a big body. Mr. They swear when he spits, they say he's out to Illuminati. Soul snatcher wanna take you under. I'm ripping bodies. They try to size me up to the gauge of a shotty. My papa's too exotic. You said they know the name and I won't change for nobody.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you can go from slow to medium to explosive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
of all trades was one of my fastest tracks that I did on my last album. I challenged myself on that. That song, I finished that song. It was like the last song I finished on my album, but it's the first song on the song on the album
On the album.
because it took me like 2 years to finish it.
Oh wow.
But it's like so like to me it's fast. Like syllables and lyricism, it's fast. And I put like 3 parts in it too. But yeah, it jams pretty fast. It was one of those things I was like sweating in the studio, like holy crap, you know. But my wife will come in and out and hit record and stuff. But yeah, that's a really tight song.
Man, well, our time passes so fast. Before we get out of here again, I want to thank. Sorry for my voice again. We had a Trapping in Texas weekend. I want to thank our special guest on Ear Hustle TV, Elo the Great. Friday we had the album release party for Clover G Young Nook. He did his thing. I want to thank all of the artists that came out. Let me see. Saturday we had Pillar. Bankroll featuring Lil Flip. Everybody came out. They did their thing on Saturday. On Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the grand finale. We had Lil Flip, we had Young Al, we had Lil Hawk, we had the Exotic Pop team, we had the owners of Exotic Pop in the house.
It was everybody.
Yes,
yeah.
we had so many
SUC
people. We
was in the
had
house.
SUC, the
Shadow
owner of
Mob was in the
SUC.
house.
Yeah. We had
SBC was in the house.
SBC in the house. We had Too Fancy Harm Clark. We had Nita Truth. We had darn, we had so many people. I hate to name people because I don't want to forget. Shout out to headquarters, my nephews Jermaine and Sean. Rest in peace, Big J. He talked about the trapping in Texas, and he died the day before we got a chance to do trapping in Texas.
Wow.
Yes, man, we had so many people to perform. All of the Clover G's, Young Nook, Jay Bird, Pillar, who else? Uh, um, D Range. I mean, there was so many. Shout out to Hello Chopper. I mean, so many people were there, and like I said, I hate to name names because I don't want to forget anybody. DJ Mish came from LA. Um, I mean, so many people came out to Trap in Texas with us. So, I mean, Said the DJ at headquarters. Shout out to Head. I mean, shout out to Said. Shout out to Poster Magazine. They did they interviewed all of the artists as they got off the stage. Shout out to Steelhood Magazine. I mean, like I say, just trapping in Texas. I outdid myself because every night I left the club about 4 o'clock because I had to change the stages out. So shout out to everybody and thank everybody for coming out to Trap in Texas with us this weekend. This was my first time ever putting a 3-day event together. And so shout out to everybody that showed up and showed out. I deeply appreciate you from Bad and Bougie Entertainment, the CEO, Miss Nikki. Peace.
This is Ear Hustle TV. Until next time, love, peace,
and unity.
Sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.